Welcome to Up at 11 with Keena. We're very excited. As usual, tonight we have an amazing guest, someone who I've been following since late last year, Alesha Goss
Hmm.
of the Spiritual Nook.
Yes.
I found her.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you so
Thank
much for being here.
you for having me.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. I found her on social media. Of course, social media is a good thing. I know everyone has their opinion about it, but I've been connected with some really amazing people, and Alesha is one of those people. I'll just read a little bit about from her bio, and then we'll let her share more. Just to give you a brief introduction about her and who she is. Let's see here. This is her website. If you look down in the comment section, you'll be able to see all of the links to her website, to her YouTube page. Go follow her Twitter, Instagram. All of her contact information is there. But I just want to read a little bit about her bio and we'll talk more. It says, well, this is her coming from her. It says, I was born and raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I studied sociology and criminal justice at the oh gosh, University of Wyoming Parkside. I'm
With
sorry, Wisconsin Parkside. Okay. I grew up a devout Christian. I co founded a Christian campus organization called Impact and helped bring many people to Christ. As I began to expand mentally, I began to ask questions. Many of those questions I was either told to not ask or to not question God. Now, I'm sure we have some viewers out there who can relate to that because I can also relate to that. Um, she says she began to feel alone and sunk into a deep depression. Although she was a part of a church, she felt alone, and I can relate to that as well. And then she goes on to talk about a dream that she had, and I'm a dreamer too. I have lots of dreams, so I'm excited.
uh-oh.
Just yeah, her evolution from religion to spirituality. So share with us a little bit more. Tell us about the dream.
Well, the dream was crazy, but in a good way.
Hmm.
At that up until that time, that was around, I'll say, the year of 2014.
Hmm.
I just was experiencing a lot within my marriage, was going through a lot, sort of like battling with the church as well as my spouse at the time.
Hmm.
So I remember just sinking into a deep sleep, and within the dream, there was just a deep feeling that came over me. And in the dream, I literally was drowning in what looked like an ocean. It was just like me in this great, like wide, just deep ocean. Okay.
Hmm.
So there was nobody around me, just me. And immediately, um, a beautiful dark skin, I mean, vivid, beautiful dark skinned woman with, I mean, her hair was white, long, beautiful locks. And that was very interesting to me because it wasn't like just long, wavy, it was locks.
Mm,
Okay. So, like that gray wisdom
yes.
hair. And I remember her, she reached down, she pulled me up, and she said, if you don't get out, you're going to die.
Mm,
And for me, of course, I'm a dreamer. So what that told me was just in my situation. I had to, that I was spiritually dying pretty much.
mhm,
My
mhm,
soul was, it was just, I was just in a dark place. And the path that I was on at that time, I thought I was on the right path, but she allowed me to see that I was not on the right path for myself. And
mhm.
it sort of ignited a flame in me, which I'm thankful for.
Yeah.
But up until that point, I did not know who this being was until I started researching more into the African Orishas,
Mhm,
which is, I later found out, was the goddess Yamaya,
mhm,
who is African Orisha. goddess who is the mother of the oceans, of the waters, of the
Yeah.
rivers, bring life, and she replenishes, and anything she touches, she can also bring healing as well as destruction. We all know that water can be cleansing
Mhm.
less destructive. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm just thankful for that. And, that was my dream.
Wow. So after you had the dream, did it take a while for you to like? That's pretty like a pretty clear dream.
Be clear.
Yeah. That was. Did you struggle with making that decision? And what did you think that would look like? Like
You know,
save yourself, you know?
yeah, to be honest, I really didn't know what next move I was going to make. I just knew what I was shown in the dream and what I had to do, which was get
Mhm.
out. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you know, it was get out. However you can do that, get out. And so like the next day I called my father, and I told him my situation, and he had pretty much set it up for me to get out of that situation. I got a lot of backlash from my church. People that I thought were my friends or my family that I had known for over 10 years and knew me,
Mhm.
didn't reach out. They didn't try to see what was going on with me. And you do find out when you leave a ministry, you do really find out that those very people that you thought were family,
Yeah.
you they're not.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can.
Or they didn't exemplify what family
Right.
was. It was very hurtful.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. It is hurtful because when you feel like someone knows you,
mm-hmm.
like you know, church family is very tight, it's very intimate. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, we pray together, we cry together, we seek God together, and you know, you just feel like that intimacy and that knowing is there, that connection is there. You know, so it's foreign when you make a decision that they don't agree with to feel that rejection.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. When I left the church, I was angry at a lot of
Okay.
thought
Hmm.
within
Yeah.
the church from my pastor at the time and different things that went on. So I was very vocal about a lot, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
because they had looked at me as this meek, quiet woman. So when I left the church, I was more vocal. So I to them, I was viewed as, oh, she changed for the worse, but it wasn't that. It's just you guys really never knew me
Yeah.
because I had hid who I was. And as I began to walk into spirituality and to walk into my purpose on my own terms and where spirit was leading and guiding me, I began to flow in who I was for real. Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, and that's one thing I love about spirituality. And spirituality is just the path of discovering yourself,
yeah.
of getting to know your higher self, the God within. You know, we're so religion is so focused on God, the God outside of us. But
Amen.
God is not just outside of us and all around us. God is also within. So that's the path that spirituality takes us on.
Yes, yes. We often look outside so much for what's already within. Like
Yes.
find like why was I thinking about this person or this belief system when really honestly if you follow that little small voice inside of you, that's
Mhm.
all you need really on
Right.
this. That's all you need. So
Yeah. And if we think about it, you know, we're taught that we're born into sin. But if we think about the power of God and how
yeah,
God is all knowing, you know, it's just the exact opposite. Like we're born with everything we need. Like we already have it all there within us. We just have to recognize it and acknowledge it and explore it, you know. Um,
definitely.
yeah. So from there, from that experience, and your seeking, studying the African Orishas and studying, like where did your path go, and how did it lead you to the tarot and your intuition and readings? How did you get from leaving the church to exploring these gifts and operating in these gifts?
Okay, well, it's I went through a lot. I can't sit here
Yeah.
and say one specific situation because it's like me when I physically left, that was just a manifestation of what was to come.
Hmm.
So I still went through small steps and
Yeah.
small things that got me here. But my path is, I'm ever learning. I don't have a specific belief system. I pretty much have a lot of that I take from the Buddhist culture.
Mhm.
I love their way of living and the different principles that
Yeah.
they follow. I can sometimes read the Quran and take a little bit from that. Even the Bible, still to this
Mhm.
day, I love the
Yeah.
Proverbs, Psalms. Those two just does something to me.
Yeah.
I have one of my favorite scriptures is Psalms 1 and 3.
Mhm.
Um, I pretty much recite that constantly.
Mhm.
So I take from various belief systems, and but my ultimate belief system is my soul. It's
Mhm.
God. That's my compass. My intuition is my compass, and I
Yes.
believe that you can learn from many, but follow your own soul. Follow your own.
Mhm. That's beautiful. I love that. I love that. So for those who are tuning in, we have Alesha Goss of the Spiritual Nook. That's her company. Her mansion, her mantle, her mission is through this gift that she has, and I started following her on Facebook late last year, and oh my God, let me tell you, and that's what I love about the tarot. It's like for me personally, I've not had an experience where I was led to a reader to watch a reader, um, and not be able to connect and identify or be able to say, oh yeah, I can definitely say that that speaks to my situation. I've not had a lot of tarot readers that I connected with, but whenever I find someone and I do, it's always just like an amazing connection there. And when I found Alesha, I was like, oh my God. It was just like, this girl is reading me. She's all up in my life. And it was each time, each time it was definitely very much accurate. And I really respect your gift. I appreciate you, and which is why I'm excited that you were able to be on the show, so that my viewers would get to know you and reach out to you. And again, I just want to say, here at Up at 11 with Keena, our passion is that you would be informed, enlightened, and empowered by the truth of who you really are. That you will be spiritually set free. And I'm not here to change anyone's mind about what they believe. I'm not here to force anything on anyone. I just want to, give you a space to explore if you're curious about more spiritual things and astrology and the tarot and numerology and all those things. So, for those who don't know about the tarot, who may not understand, give us a brief explanation of what that gift is, or how you operate in that gift.
Well, tarot for me is where are my tarot cards? They're right here. I literally, for me,
Hmm.
I just want to touch them. That's
Yeah, yeah. Look, I got mine out too. I have a couple of decks myself.
um the tarot for me is allowing spirit to. These are just tools, okay,
Mhm. Yes.
that you can use to uh, allow spirit to flow through you to give a message. We have to understand that anybody can read the card, but not everybody can read a message from spirit that can pertain to a person's personal experience.
Mm,
That's why
that's good.
there are readers out there, but not too many that can actually pull a message to where it could touch a person's soul,
Yes.
and that's important. So for me, I was drawn to the cards a couple years ago,
Hmm.
like many other gifts that I have. And I started using the cards to some friends, just as a fun thing, and studying them. And then I realized that it could possibly be a gift.
Yeah.
But then I decided to make it a part of the spiritual nook, and use it to help other people on their soul journey,
Hmm.
on their purpose. So that's pretty much. It's just another tool, just
Hmm.
like dream interpretation. That's another gift that I have, where I
Mm.
to help people interpret dreams that they have, and give them messages from spirit that can help them sort of decipher through their dreams. So just
Yeah.
just a,
Okay.
mhm.
So share, I know, okay, so tarot card reading and dream interpretation. I didn't know about that. That's good to know. I have some, well, yeah, I'm a dreamer. I have lots of dreams.
Yeah.
So what other gifts do you have or services that you offer through your gifts?
I also offer manifestation sessions where I help individuals manifest the things that they want in life. Of course, we have to remember that everybody has the tools within them to manifest. Okay. But some people just sometimes need a little bit that extra push
Mm-hmm,
or a person to sort of guide them through their journey.
mm-hmm.
So that I also offer spiritual guidance sessions for people who may very well be going through the transition from Christianity to sort of spirituality. Oftentimes, we don't have the support
Yes.
going through that transition. So,
Mm-hmm.
I offer spiritual guidance sessions for that. And that also could be used for also any topic that a person may want to talk about where they're needing
Yeah.
well, not just that, but it was mainly for people though who's kind of going through that transition, they feeling stuck. Because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
support at all. I
Right.
support to go through that period. It was very painful. It was very,
Mm-hmm.
um, but hey, I got through it. You know.
Yes, yes, you did. I'm so glad you did, and I can definitely relate. I just want to share with the viewers, with the listeners. This is Alesha's Facebook page. Again, the link is in the comment section. Go and check her out. She does readings on her Facebook page,
Mhm.
and she has these sessions. I think is it Tuesdays where you do the pick a card session.
Yes, actually, yes. I the pick a cards are on Tuesdays, and then I do daily mini readings every day. That I share to my page, and monthly, and I'm going to start doing weekly on my YouTube channel. So,
Awesome. Yeah. And you can book her. If you go to her website and look her up, you can book her for personal one on one sessions of personal one on one reading, tarot card reading, or whatever you need. Again, she has lots of services that she offers to help those who are embarking on the journey from religion to spirituality. There's so much support for you if you're out there. So you don't have to go through this alone, like Alesha and I did, on our journey. Thank God that there are resources for you all out there who, again, are curious and are ready to take the steps to look beyond what you've been taught is truth, and to look within yourself and to explore your spiritual self and
yeah.
to explore the God within you. So definitely, please look her up. And yeah, so the tarot, when you talk about the cards, I know there are the cards. It's like the little bit I've learned about them so far. It's like a cycle. Like is the first card the Fool card? Is that the first card in the cycle?
I'm not familiar. What do you?
Okay, there just actually had somebody to offer me a class that I didn't complete the class, but it taught about there being cycles, like from the fool card. It's like almost like that baby stage, like you're just starting out, you're just embarking, and the cards supposedly go in like a cycle from where like stages through life.
Depends on what because there's different type of tarot. What should I
Yeah,
tarot spreads that
yeah.
people use. Um, there is no right or wrong way to do tarot.
Hmm.
Understand, as long as you are allowing spirit to guide you.
Yes.
You have people out there where well, this is the right way to do it. Well, you didn't create tarot.
Right.
So
Right. Exactly.
allow people the space to go with the flow how they do it. Okay,
Right.
everybody doing tarot is not going to do it,
Hmm.
you the same way because we're all different.
Right.
I can pull the chariot. Okay, it has a specific meaning, progression, moving forward, among other things. But another person is going to get a different message because
Yeah.
Spirit is going to talk through them in a different way. So I think that um, we need to allow space
Mhm.
for everybody to do things the way that they feel is right for them.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as the cycles, I'm not sure. I think you may be talking about, and I could be wrong. You may be talking about maybe different spreads. That,
Mhm.
we have the Celtic spread. Um,
Okay.
Different ways to set up the cards and cycles and different things like that.
Got you. Yeah, maybe that's it. But yeah, because I'm learning, and I know I just discovered like there are lots of different types of cards. Like you can get,
It is.
yeah. So share about that. Now, there's not just the Arcada cards or their spirit guide cards and
Yeah, and
all types.
I'm sorry, but I'm an intuitive oracle reader.
Mm-hmm.
So I do read tarot, but like
Okay.
main is mainly like I'm drawn to oracle decks. Like this is one deck that I have, which is oracle cards. They're mainly cards with pictures on them
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and words instead of just going with the flow of like a tarot, like a regular tarot card. Okay,
Right.
specific meaning.
Mm-hmm.
So I like for me, spirit flows better through me when it's just a picture with words,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm realizing that. And these are oracle cards, so you have all kinds. Let me see. Let me see if I can pick another one for you.
Okay.
This is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. One of my favorite by her name by Colette Baron Reed.
Mm-hmm.
Like these,
Yeah.
like this says, "Come to the edge."
Mm.
It just, you have to sort of how I pick my cards. If it doesn't pull me in, I don't purchase the cards.
Yeah.
It has to speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
That way I know that I'll be able to I'm being guided to the right cards for me.
Yes.
Because I see some cards that people read, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll be able to really, you
Yeah.
know, you have to be drawn to the decks. You have
Right.
to allow yourself to be drawn, and then you have to put your energy into the deck. I carry my cards with me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have a deck in my purse, and
Yeah.
sometimes my deck's underneath my pillow. But you have to put your energy into your cards. It's work.
Yeah.
It's up here, I don't just be up here just holding up a card and
Mm-hmm.
some phasing. Spirit is really flowing through me, and
Yes.
my job, my purpose very seriously.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I love how you allow the cards to, like, you don't just really pick a card like that. You were the first one I saw that does that. Like you literally allow the card to just come out, to just choose you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to feel like I'm pulling the card because I feel like that's sort of me putting in like me saying, okay, this is the card. But when you just allow the cards to flow and fall out, it's sort of like spirit. You
Hmm.
give spirit a chance to let the cards flow. So I just feel more better with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about like how about you discovering or being introduced to sage and incense and some of the spiritual practices that you may do to ready yourself for readings. Let's talk about if you have a ritual that you do before your readings or how do you prepare?
Well, I always ask clients to give me at least 72 hours to meditate on their card readings.
Mm.
I'm not one to just take a client and call them that same day for a reading.
Yeah.
That's not how I do. Some people that's fine, but
Hmm.
I prefer to have time to meditate because I want to make sure before I do a reading that I'm really pulling into that person's energy. And a lot of people don't understand. I don't have to be on the phone with you to pull into your energy at all.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
I pull into your energy from the internet. Um,
Hmm.
that's why we have to be careful with the pictures of things we post on the internet because people can pull your energy from that. So,
Wow. Yeah.
I'm very serious about that. And if a client can wait, then I can't. I can't help you. Um,
Wow.
so I meditate, definitely sage, definitely got to have my incense. And I, just nothing too fancy, but meditation is very important.
Hmm. Absolutely. So, is there anything else you want to share about your services that you offer? Do you have any specials coming up, or is there anything going on that you want to share with the viewers?
I don't have any specials coming up, but I am going to be putting more content on my YouTube channel, as well as maybe I may be offering more services because I'm going through my website now, sort of moving some things around. But I am this year. I actually just put the a year ahead reading up for anyone who wants a reading to sort of flow with. The month every month this year, sort of give you just a view of how your year is going to go. And I'm
Wow.
at this time for $40. I pretty much pull one card for each month. So that's a total of 12 cards for you. We're in the month of January, yeah. So yeah,
Mhm.
12 cards, and then it just gives you sort of guidance for the year.
Yeah.
And that you will like, definitely offering that for $40. So that's the main thing that I'm offering right now, but obviously offering the
Yeah.
reading site as well.
That's exciting. I'll definitely be getting that the year ahead. Yeah, that's I like that. That's awesome. So yeah, this is Alesha's website, the SpiritualNuk LLC.com.
Yeah.
Please go and look her up. Look at this hair. Like I'm just starting my locks and you, oh my goodness, you cut them off.
Yeah, that was actually a hairstyle. That's actually extensions.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh God, it looks so natural.
I did have locks
Hmm.
that I grew out for about 2.5 years, and I did the whole big chop over. So, but I'm starting to miss them now. I'm starting to miss them. So I might, who knows, I might start another lock journey.
Yeah, I tried 3 years ago. I was working in an office at the time, and I thought I was ready to just be free, and regardless of the looks and the stares that you get, and I realized I really wasn't because, I would get these looks from my coworkers, and my hair is really curly, so it was super frizzy,
Mhm.
and I just wasn't ready. So I cut them off, but I am definitely ready now.
I know
So, yeah,
I do miss them a lot. Yeah, I felt like they were extension of myself, but
I love the locks. Yeah. So yeah, all the details are down in the comment section on how to reach Alesha, and definitely reach out to her, utilize her services if you're curious about the services that she offer. If you're heading on your own journey outside of religion, if you're ready to explore, Alesha is an amazing resource for you. She's been through it. She has some insight, and she can definitely help guide you along the way, and be that support, because it's a huge step to make.
yeah. I
It-
main thing is, when you're going through that transition, if you don't have to be alone, don't be alone. It really can. You can get to a point where you can go into a depression,
yes.
feel so alone. But it's people on this spiritual path is, and I'm one person, but there's thousands of people. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, you have someone here who can sort of guide you and hold your hand on this journey.
Hmm.
That's the main.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we have to, especially us as descendants of Africa, like I like to say, the offspring of Africa. We really have to consider, some of the limits that have been put on us through religious teaching. You
Yeah,
know, Religion and Christianity is not that old.
yes,
It's not that old. And we are powerful people, and spirituality, exploring your spirituality is one of the tools, one of the ways that you can really set yourself free, and just continue to be more and more of that person that God intended for you to be.
yes. And I feel like for me, and I can only talk for myself, spirituality has helped me to dive into myself, so I'm more able to love myself. Religion really taught me to hate myself.
Mm,
And that's just my personal experience. I'm not talking for nobody else, but if you are feeling like, if you are on a religious path and you're feeling like, you just don't know where to go, or you're feeling stuck, you're not stuck. And oftentimes the religion is what's keeping you
yes,
stuck. You,
yes,
it's like you're fighting against yourself.
yes,
But when you go into spirituality, you're going to see, it's just there's a freedom
yes,
spirituality. Okay, so
absolutely.
somebody's watching this and you're struggling, you're on kind of in the middle, you're in religion but you don't really know, I say go for it.
Yeah,
You will not be disappointed.
definitely. I agree. And it's amazing the contrast that you learn, that you find when you embark upon this journey. Again, like I said earlier, religion teaches you that you're born into sin.
Yeah,
Spirituality teaches you that everything you need, God already gave. It's already there inside of you.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
so opposite, isn't it?
Total opposite. Religion teaches you that you're not worthy, that you're filthy rags. You're just, filthy rags. And spirituality teaches you that you're powerful beyond measure, that you're gifted, and that, you can manifest things. And speaking of manifestation, I didn't know there was a service that you offered teaching about that. And that's something that I'm starting to look into and learn more about. And I don't want you to give all the goods away, but if, but if you can share a little bit about that service and how you teach about manifesting.
Yeah, I have a couple of clients that have reached out to me, and I pretty much give them the tools that they need to sort of I'm not doing the work for them,
Right.
but I'm sort of guiding them and giving them the tools needed so that they can realize their manifestations, the powers that's in them. Okay, if for example, if somebody is wanting to manifest a car or manifest a home, okay, we have to understand that you still have to put action behind it. Often
Yes.
going to fall from the sky. Yes, you can put in the work, but you gotta take some steps that's going to require you to take some action. So I just of course, without telling too much,
Yes.
I'll give them tools, uh,
Hmm.
guide them on
Yeah.
the manifestation. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Now I know when talking about back to tarot card reading, I know a lot of times you speak of the zodiacs when you're reading. Like if you pull a card and there's fire, there's water. How big of a part does astrology play in reading, in your readings?
Well, it plays a role. I'm not going to say it plays a huge role, but definitely if I'm giving a personal reading and I pull, for example, the Sun card, okay, and the Sun card is a representation of Leo, the zodiac of Leo. So if I'm giving a reading for someone who happens to have Leo in their chart,
Hmm.
or is a Leo, that will give me, the reader, more confidence that, okay, this reading is for this person.
Yeah.
If I'm pulling other cards, for example, I'm trying to think, the Magician card. Okay, oftentimes that's considered the Virgo, or the Hermit card.
Hmm.
That's Virgo. They could very well be in a relationship with a Virgo, or so it does play a role, because it sort of gives you what am I trying to say? It sort of places specifics on the reading, and a
Hmm.
person see that, okay, this is the reading for me. Okay,
Right.
yeah, it
So
plays
it
it.
kind of it can be used like kind of a confirmation type thing, or
Exactly.
just to be able to identify, things within yourself or within somebody that you're dealing with during
Exactly.
that reading. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm excited. Look, I'm ready to book some services. Look, oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I just so appreciate you. I'm so glad to be connected. And Alesha, one question that I ask every guest, and you spoke a little bit earlier about a scripture, so I think I know what your answer is. Um, but I always ask my guests, if you could only choose one scripture out of the Bible to carry you through the rest of your life, and you could only take one with you, what would that scripture be and why?
Just one?
Just one.
Wow. I'm going to have to go with my go-to. It's the Psalms 1 and 3.
Hmm.
Be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. Um, I wrote it down because sometimes my mind go blank. But he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season.
Yes.
Okay, and his leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. And that scripture for me, it just lets me know to stand strong.
Yeah.
As long as I'm walking in my purpose, and as long as I know that this is the path the Spirit has me on, my
Mm.
leaf will not wither. I will prosper in all things that I believe that I could prosper in. So that scripture just it it just always gets me. So yeah,
I
that
love that. I love that. I feel God's presence when you said that. I love that. Yes. Well, thank you so much again. If there's anything else you want to share before we wrap up, please take liberty. Um,
you can follow me on Facebook. I'm also on TikTok at the Spiritual Nook, Instagram, the Spiritual Nook, Facebook. I have a business page, the Spiritual Nook as well. I'm here, pretty much on all social media platforms. But thank you so much, Keena, for having me. I don't take this lightly. So to share my gifts and purpose with you and your audience, I appreciate it.
oh, I appreciate you so much. And I'm looking forward to more readings with you and a lot of other services from you because I really, again, I'm honored to be connected. I recognize who you are and your gift. And I'm just excited for you. I'm excited for your clients and your future clients and all those who will utilize your services to assist them and aid them on their spiritual journey. And I'm just so glad that you're brave enough, to do what you do and to be yourself. So, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And namaste to you and your audience. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Alesha.
Peace and light.
Peace.